Penguins. It's Wednesday today and I'm going to talk a little bit about numeracy. I hope you're still working hard on the task that I've given you. Just a reminder, have a look at your aspiration sheets and you'll see what you're working towards. Purple and red, you're doing number bonds up to 20. So I know that purple, you've memorised your number bonds and you can tell me exactly what I had to add to 6 to make 10, or 7 to make 10, or 8 to make 10. Purple and red, I'd like you to work on your number bonds up to 20. Everyone else, if you can still keep doing your number bonds to 10, and practicing your adding. And all of you, remember, have got a target for counting on. So if I've got 2 pens here and a pair of scissors here, remember, I don't have to count the pens again. I know I've already got 2, so I've got 2, 3. That's what counting on means. And if you use your number lines, it'll help you. I'm going to talk today about some fractions. We were looking at clocks earlier this year, and you were all pretty good on your o'clocks. Some of you had moved on to half past, and you've got some worksheets in your pack. Purple and red, you are on quarter past and quarter to, and we can also start thinking about 5 past and 10 past. But we'll leave clocks until next week. In the meantime, I want to be talking about halves and quarters. I've got a piece of paper here and I'm going to use a cake tin to draw a circle on my piece of paper. Then I'm going to cut it out. I've got a circle. I'm going to fold my circle in half. I've got 2 halves. You can cut down this line here and have your 2 halves and put them together. You can do the same thing if you're having pizza for tea. But if I fold it in half and then I fold it in half again, instead of 2 halves, which add together to make a whole, I've got 4 quarters. I'll show you what I mean when I cut them out. Two halves, which are exactly the same size and which go together to make a whole. Four quarters, which are exactly the same size, and when I put them together, again, they make a whole. What happens if I take 2 quarters away? 1, 2. I've got 2 quarters left, and 2 quarters is the same as a half. 4 quarters make a circle, and 2 halves make a circle. Have a little play with your parents and see if you can make some halves and some circles. You can do it with paper, or like I said, you could do it with a sandwich, or you could do it with a pizza or something like that. Have a play and see, because we're going to think about that when we're looking at clocks next week. Going back to your targets, penguins, blue and pink, I need you to be able to recognise your numbers. Some of you are still working on 1 to 5 and recognising each of those numbers. Some of you are going up to 10. But if you can take out the numbers that I've given you and just have a practice, maybe turn them upside down on the table and pick them up and tell your parents what number they are. Some of you will have to point to your number lines to tell your grown-up what the number says. and some of you will be able to just say what they say. That group as well, I need you adding up and taking away up to 10. The rest of you can do some adding up and taking away using bigger numbers. Use your plus, minus and equal signs and all of the number squares that you have. Anyway, that's the end for today. No song today. I've run out of songs. I wonder if you guys could let me know if you'd like me to play a particular song. Otherwise, have another look at the Penguin song. One thing though is, do you know what? There's a company called Procorder and they do a lot of music, and they saw our fight song video and they contacted the school and they've given us access to some of their resources. They are looking at Aladdin this week and they've got some brilliant songs with some signing, and they've also got some activities. I've sent your parents the link. Why don't you have a look? And maybe next week we could all sing an Aladdin song together. Let me know which one is your favourite. Take care, penguins, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.